Yeah, so Dave Hartful from Black Leadership Analysis. Please subscribe down below, like the video. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get up to 100 followers, so hopefully I can get up to 100 followers. So my thoughts on R. Kelly is that I think there's more than enough evidence now to know that he's a problem and he's a predator and whatnot. I mean, even if only half of what the documentary said was true, that's more than enough evidence right there to put somebody away, and I hope he does go to jail. What I don't like about all of this is the idea that there's something just inherently wrong with Black America or Black men, that we as a collective don't protect our women. And always hate this narrative because I think one of the main things white supremacy does is tell people there's something just inherently wrong with Black men. Like we're just somehow just naturally criminals, or we're not intelligent, or many other things like that. So, like I said, I want to be clear that I think R. Kelly's definitely should go to jail. But I see a lot of people saying that, well, Black people don't protect our daughters, and we don't feel like we should prosecute people that are molesting children in our community. That's happening in a lot of different communities. I mean, there's a lot of issues with men marrying underage women in the Mormon church and in rural Baptist churches. Like in Texas, for instance, David Koresh, he was allegedly married to many girls that were 13 and 14 years old, 15 years old. And in the state of Texas, you can get married at, I want to say 14 with parental consent. So they never could go in there and do a sting operation until the unfortunate events that happened, that transpired. They were trying to go in there a year or two ahead of time, but they couldn't because he didn't violate Texas state law, because you can get married at 14 with parental consent. And so, I mean, that's something going on there. I bring up Roy Moore. This is a guy who got kicked out of the mall because he was hitting on too many underage girls. And he was going to get voted for president. And there's still people that support him today. I mean, he's got legal bills, and he made a GoFundMe campaign to pay his legal bills, and people are giving to him every week. So this is something that's drastically unique to the Black community. And there's all kinds of immigrant communities where in their homeland, women could get married very young, and women are betrothed prepubescently and everything. So this is not something unique to the Black community. And also, Black men do as much as we can to protect Black women. I think people forget that we're in the system of oppression too, and sometimes we do all we can do. I mean, as far as, I've heard many stories about, a woman getting abused and her uncles going back and beating the guy up. Maya Angelou wrote about that in her book, that her uncles beat up a guy who abused her, and it actually caused her more trauma, because after that she just stopped speaking. So, this idea that Black men should just be vigilante and just beating up these people extrajudiciously, I don't think that's really helpful either. So, I really want to get Black folks away from this idea that if somebody Black messes up, like it's a reflection on all of us. Like there's a certain percentage of people are going to do bad stuff, and that's in every community. And we need to say that's wrong, and we need to handle those individual cases. But as a group, we need to be more protective of how people portray us and how people talk about us. Like there's a lot of non-Black people saying that this is just something that's normal in hip-hop, or it's normal in the Black community. This isn't something that happens. This isn't like normal. I mean, I understand that there are a lot of people in Chicago who say that they're old guys who hang around the high schools and stuff like that. That very well might be true, but I'm sure that's a small part of the population. Your average Black guy walking around wants somebody close to his own age. And that's just how any community is, I've never known any instances of personally of women getting abused like that when they're really young. I've read a lot of stuff on the internet. I've had people tell me in different maybe groups or that they've had issues with this. But this is something that's rampant in our community, and it's not any more rampant in our community, in the black community, than it is in any other community. So, as far as mute R. Kelly, I don't really know about that. I mean, a lot of our artists and writers and entertainers have done horrific stuff. If R. Kelly's muted, Jay-Z should be muted because he admitted, Foxy Brown said they had an affair when they were 17. Sam Cooke needs to be muted. He had sex with Aretha Franklin at 13. Jackie Wilson needs to be muted. He had sex with Patti LaBelle before she was 18. So I think just if somebody wants to play R. Kelly's music, they shouldn't be put together with pedophiles and put together with predators. I don't really agree with that. If you want to listen to his music, that's great. If people don't want to, just follow your own conscience. But yeah, I'm not sure about this whole mute R. Kelly boycott thing. So that's it.